What's going on, guys? It's your boy Motorman Dan, and this video is the first video of the series real quick that we're going to cover over the technical test of Orcs Must Die Deathtrap. This one is going to cover the main menu as well as the main lobby that your character starts in, or that you start in whenever you first boot up the game. And then we're going to cover a couple of different videos. Now, this is the technical test, so things are subject to change and some things are not finished. That being said, here's the main menu. You have play, which takes you right into the lobby. You have your settings, your graphic settings. Here are some of the settings options, so you can pause it and look if you need to. I have everything set to high because I think high honestly looks better than ultra. We have our audio settings. Gameplay settings. Here's some options, so you can just look at them. You can pause it if you need to. You have your controls. And I've heard that this cursor speed, or the mouse speed, is not fast enough for some people. So that's the thing. Here are your keyboard bindings. WASD is moving, so I don't know why these are blank. They're probably defaulted to some extent, and then that. So I'll scroll down, let you pause for some of those. So you can get kind of an idea of what you want to set up whenever you go to play it. And of course, these again are subject to change because the game is in a technical test phase. There will be one other technical test phase that I know of, or that I've been told, and this is gamepad, so same stuff, but it's just for the gamepad. Okay, then we got profiles, so you can have multiple profiles. So I'll call this profile 2, I guess. Profile 2. And then I can switch between. No, did it? Did it erase everything? Oh, come on, dude. Don't tell me it erased everything. No, it didn't. Okay, weird. That's weird. Anyways, it's probably some sort of a bug or whatever. Okay, so let's head back to this. So those are your profiles. Yeah, it's weird that it changes to 0 minutes after I changed it, but whatever. So you can switch to a new profile if you want to play, you know, a new game or whatever. This is your news tab where they have some news in it. And then you have your credits. Just gives you all of the credits from Robot, and of course you have your exiting. Right now you have technical feedback for it. There's also a Discord link. If you hover over that Discord and click that, that goes to the Orcs Must Die Discord. So let's jump into the play, and we'll take a look around. We're going to change our War Mage real quick. If I can remember how to do that. I think it's not through here. Here. War Mage. All right, we're going to switch over here. Resume. That way we can go into this. Okay. So the first person you're going to meet is down here.
Cast your gaze here. Is it the world's most famous
We've got Master Gabriella. We'll talk to her. And you have a skill tree. So barricades, you have 2 wall trap, floor trap, ceiling trap stuff. Critical for all trap damage, and barricades have additional health. Then you have over here War Mage health, and then health stuff, additional loadout slot. Sentinels are like guardians. We'll go over that when we go over maps. You do lose rift points on death. This 5 rift points. This reduces that by 3 down to 2, and then there's a upgrade you can get to reduce it down to 1. And health potions. And then here's your so that's sort of your defensive stuff. And then you have your offensive stuff. So damage to launch enemies. Bosses are a thing in the game. Right now in the technical test, there's no bosses, but there are bosses in the game. And then here, these 4, and I heard this is completely reworked, but right now these 4 are for this character. And then if you change it over to the other ones, you'll get the other characters here as well. So for example, if I play Kalos here, these upgrades are selected, whereas if I switch over to Sophie, they're not. So Sophie doesn't have any of those special upgrades, but I think they're planning on changing that. Okay, what we also have is the social menu, which you can also escape and click social. This you can change. You can change your lobby to public, private, or friends only. You can also click set password to set a password. You can invite friends from your Steam, and then you can also search for a lobby. If somebody is hosting, then you can search for a lobby from somebody hosting as well. Of course, regional priority. So if it gets filled, then you can search for your regional. These are the regions that are optional. You can also say which region you're in. Okay. You can light all the torches. This guy here, light all the torches back here to unlock. Now, each torch, as far as I understand, is supposed to be like you beat a boss, you unlock a torch. After all 4 of those, you unlock that thing, which is supposed to be some kind of difficulty slider, I think. After you beat all the bosses, then you can play with harder difficulty, which gives you more reward for more skulls, which skulls are used as lobby currency to unlock things. For your skill tree and for traps and such. Here's your profile. So, most play War Mage Kalos. I think he's pretty fun. He's also really good co-op, and I've been playing mostly or only co-op. If we go into here, there's nothing in here. There was like a photo around the Discord about what was down there, but it's not important. Okay. Up here we have the...
Your skill as an expert trapsmith is on par with your ability to find new ways to annoy me, Gus.
Pay attention.
Enchanter Hugo and Trapsmith Gus is over there. Okay, so he's the Trap Enchanter. With this, you have skulls on the top right, and then you can spin them to upgrade your traps.
That be all?
So each trap gets 3 upgrades. So price damage and reset for this guy. Price damage and projectile lifetime for that guy. Damage reset and status effect duration for that guy. So, yeah, so that's after you purchase the traps, or you start with the default traps. Then you talk to the trap shop in order to purchase these. These are yellow skulls or golden ones, and this is where you purchase those from, which I don't really care about the rest of these. These are like okay, I guess. But, actually, this one's really good. You can get some really good upgrades with the poison flower. Okay, so that's that. That's where you go to purchase traps. You go to upgrade them. Now we'll come up here and talk to this person, or these people. Start with the left. This is...
Pay attention to this.
Weaver... Something... Weaver that disappeared. Maybe
Attention
not.
here.
Weaver of Fate. Oh, Weaver of Fate, Weaver of Will, Weaver of whatever. Okay, anyways, these are Weavers.
You must
If you're familiar with the Orcs Must Die
least
franchise,
will
you'll be
provide.
familiar with Weavers. This is a thread quest, so you complete these things and you get these threads that you can then choose whenever you're playing the game.
What brings you to the Weavers?
This is a thread shop where you can buy threads. I've already bought quite a few threads for Harlow, which this had a lot of, and then like a few other ones. But I didn't want to buy these because I don't want to dilute my thread deck with these, which I don't really care about as much.
Destiny
And then there's this
choice
one,
are
which is a thread
intertwined.
library, which tells you which threads that you have the ability to unlock. I would hope that they have... and this is for all... So this is a Harlow one, for example, Boomstacks, and then this is a Sophie one, Born in Shadow. So it kind of tells you what becomes available. But I was kind of hoping that they'd have the ability to get rid of some of these. Whether it would cost skulls to get rid of some from your deck, or I don't know, something. Because some of these you're just never going to want to pick over other ones. And some of them are very, very strong. Some of them are not at all. So anyways, I would figure maybe they would do that, but I think they said they don't want to do that. We'll see. If there's enough pushback, then they probably will. Okay, and lastly, we've got Maximilian over here.
Wrap up today? Yes. Who better to ask for advice than a living legend? Class is in session. On me.
All right, let's talk to him. He's going to do a couple of things here. So here's an intro cinematic. Let's watch this stuff together. Oh, there's nothing there. Okay, game fundamentals. Let's watch this video. This will be for like beginner learning stuff.
Your job, War Mage, should you choose to accept it, is to defend this rift, or this rift, or these two rifts, or this rift crystal, from these hopeless bastards, the orcs, and all their ugly friends. Ugh, so ugly. I guess it's what's on the inside that counts. No, wait, I've seen that. Still ugly. How will you pull it off? 2 ways. Placing the Order's signature traps and good old-fashioned War Mage v Orc combat. But listen, the details are up to you, kid. There's a million different ways to kill an orc. Be creative, have fun with it, and show them the power of the Order. So head to the big rift over there, pick a rift to defend, and get to it. The Weavers will be there to help you out between waves of enemies. Let too many orcs get in the rift, and it's over. Right back here, and we try again. But stop them, and you'll have a chance to keep going, defend more rifts, and collect more skulls. That ain't easy, though. Either way, when you get back here, go around and talk to the other good, but not as good as me, Order experts. They'll get you stronger and ready for your next job. Believe me, I'd join in on the fun, but I'm on thin ice with Master Gabs. You make one wrong turn, disappear for a couple years, and suddenly you're irresponsible. Good luck out there, War Mage.
All right. That was the game fundamentals. Now let's watch the Barricades 101 video.
Time to learn about the omnipotent War Mage tool, the Barricade. You see, some orcs are going to try to take the shortest path to the rift. Throw down some barricades to block off avenues and make them take the scenic route. And I know what you're thinking, just block them off at the gates. They're stupid, but not that stupid. You gotta leave at least one path open to the rift, and the big fellas need a little extra room to get through. About the width of, well, the barricade. While you're getting all set up, you can follow the little blue ghosty guys to see how the orcs are gonna get to the rift. And if the blue ghosts turn into red ghosts, you got a problem. You've blocked off every path, and they've got no way to the rift. You're gonna have to use barricades to get anywhere as a war mage. But there are a few enemies, like hunters and flyers, that'll go right over. And a few that'll even try to destroy your work. Rude. So watch out. Now get out there and get blocking.
All right, very good tutorial on barricades. And then Barricades 201 explaining advanced barricade techniques. I'm interested to see what they have here.
If you don't have the luxury of an alternate path, clever war mages use barricades to force the dum-dums to walk into traps and limit the space they can meander. Some say that the fastest path between 2 points is a straight line. So why not use barricades to snake them back and forth and slow them down, extending the path to the rift and forcing the morons through more of your traps? Now, don't use all your barricades on one lane. Rookie mistake. Make sure you save enough to handle the other enemy gates. Barricades work wonders when placed side by side, but sometimes their full potential is realized when placed at an angle, corner to corner. Pay attention to your surroundings, and you might find you can incorporate a pillar or statue base into your blockade.
Okay, and now it's just about barricade efficiency. Okay, and the last thing to show is this training room. I think the devs said that they were going to have a space for you to be able to place traps around, which you can't do right now, but that way you can like stack your traps and see how they handle or something like that. Some sort of training area for that. But yeah, so that being said, that's everything in the intro and the start screen and in the lobby, the general area. The last thing to talk about is here, this middle rock. You click this to select your mission. So you select a debuff with a map, and then whenever you play that map, you get bonuses at the end until you pick the next map and the next map and the next map, and it just goes on and on and on forever. I believe since there's only 3 of them here, this last one, yeah, it's supposed to be a boss fight. So you beat the boss, and then you start over. You get 4 of these, and the 4th one's a boss. Kill it. Then you get the 5th one's a boss, and the 6th one's a boss. And that is the 6th, or that is the last fire thing. that you need in order to then go truly endless, I guess, to where you just go for as long as you can. But right now there's no boss, so it just goes as long as you can. There's no difficulty slider. There's no lighting those guys up as of right now. But I think that was the idea, is that you do that. So there's 4 bosses in the game, I guess. There might be more later on. So then there's 4 checkpoints basically to kind of beat until you get to the point where you can then just play, you know, indefinitely. Okay, that being said, guys, I hope you've enjoyed, learned something. I know a handful of things about this, and there's a lot of information on the Discord. So, the developers are very, very active at answering questions on the Discord. So feel free to ask anything you have there. The next thing we're going to do is go over the heroes, and then we're going to go over the maps. And yeah, I guess I'll catch you on the flip side. Deuces.